Alright. Take two. I had my mic way over there and I completely forgot about this one, so you could not hear me again. Anyways, this is basically a little rant about Bender and Bender. Okay. They're like a lawyer company, whatever, and they help people with disabilities, and they fight for your disabilities. They fight for your disabilities because they care. Okay. I've had an experience with them, and I just kind of wanted to put it out there for the world to see and the world to know about. Okay, my experience was I came to them because I became disabled at one point in my life. Still disabled today, but it took a few years to prove, and I had to do it without their help, even though I am disabled today legally, and I had to fight to prove it myself because Bender and Bender would not. And the situation was, it was not an open and shut case. Originally, it started that way, but Bender and Bender wanted me to do the paperwork because they weren't sold on it. They wanted to see, oh yeah, get the paperwork from the doctor that says you're disabled. And I was like, that's kind of what your job is, isn't it? You know, like that just makes sense to me. Like, you're the lawyer, you take care of it. Like the coach, like, hey coach, what am I trying to think of? It'd be like a basketball player come to the coach and be like, hey, can you play this game for me? Can you like play the game for me right now? And it's like, what? You know, or even better, like a player coming to the coach, like, hey coach, I don't know. I can't think of an example off the top of my head. Basically, they're getting me to do the work so that I can pay them for me doing the work. Is basically what I'm trying to get at. And I tried to do some basketball reference, but basketball sucks. I don't like it. Sorry if I offend anybody about that, but I'd prefer to play it. Like, don't get me wrong, basketball's a fun sport. It's just, it's boring to watch, and to play is another thing. That's why I like esports, because you can actually play. Anyways, so Bender and Bender, they suck. They left me hanging completely. They didn't attempt to help me at all, and they cost me a good 4 to 5 years. Yeah, 4 to 5 years of disability. And I did the math just a second ago. It's like it's $19,800. That's so much. That was 2 years. That was 2 years. I lost 5 years. 5 years. Because those assholes. They wanted to screw me over completely. Okay. So, like, they didn't want to. It's just that, how am I trying to put this? They didn't want to do the work. Basically, they weren't sold on me saying I'm disabled, and they needed paperwork. So I had to go run around and do all this crap by myself to prove myself, but I eventually did it myself. So I put it in the hands of them. They told me that they wouldn't do it, they couldn't do it, and it was too sketchy, and it didn't look like I was gonna win. And the whole point of them helping is to help me win, because they care. But apparently, since I wasn't gonna win, they weren't gonna help me because they only care about the money. That's where they care. So, yeah, I don't know. I lost all respect for them completely during that time of my life, and I just wanted to put it out there. Like, if anybody is disabled or going through something like where this is a situation, do not go to Bender and Bender. They're just after your money, and if you're just after your money, then fine. But if you're looking for someone that's really there for you, don't go to them, because they're not. They only care about your money. They look at probability, and if it looks like you're gonna win, then they might give a shit. If it looks like they're gonna have to actually put some kind of effort into it, they're not gonna give a shit. Because with my case, they actually had to do something. They had to gather papers, and then present those papers, and file papers, and blah 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 blah. Something I had to do myself to do it, and they wouldn't do it. And they told me I couldn't do it, and that I wouldn't win. Guess what? I won. I am on disability today. It's part of why I do these videos, is because I'm hoping that I can eventually give back. You know, by putting stuff out there for the world to see, in entertainment and like what have you, I might get something so that I can eventually take that something and put it back out there. You know, because I'm kind of like a Jew in a sense, where I like to save pennies here and there, nickels, dimes, whatever. But at the same time, I don't mind forking out $20 for this or that, you know, like, because I don't know, like, I told myself that one day, if I did become a lawyer and I started making a lot of money, I would donate to the store that I always go to Just show up and like, here you guys go. Here's $1,000. You know, donate it to the charity, or not the charity, but just the organization in general. But here's $1,000. Just keep doing what you guys do. You know, because that's the type of person I am. You know, and I'm not saying that's like, that's just me. You know, I go to that store all the time. They help me out. I know the people over there, and they're legit. They're fun. They're awesome. I'm talking about Safeway, by the way. And yeah, that might be part of the store's organization. It's just these people are doing what they're trained to do. And if that's the case, you know, props to the I keep saying charity. If that's the case, prop to the organization more for making people that way. You know, for making them just sociable and people that are friendly. And that's good. That's still good, even if they're fucking robots. It's still good, because not a lot of places do that. You go to some places and they just, you show up and they're like, fuck you. And, you know, not literally like that, but like Bender and Bender, they don't give a shit unless they're gonna get something for it. You know what I mean? And that was my problem with Bender and Bender. And yeah, like, I don't want putting myself out there like I'm gonna be a lawyer one day. I don't own any of these rights. I just know my experience and their shit, and I just kind of want to put that out there, you know. And that's about it, I think. I hope I covered everything. If not, there'll be a part 2 of this. Who knows? Who knows? Anyways, that's it. I'm freaking tired. School freaking for 12 hours today. Ah, I'm beat. Anyways, take it easy, guys.